threat of a 50% tariff on copper imports.
To bring it from 25% to 50%, the tariffs.
The 50% levy on imported steel and aluminum.
Tariffs on lumber, on timber, on wood products, furniture.
The industries most exposed to tariffs, like manufacturing, are shedding jobs.
The layoffs are piling up. Inflation is eating into everybody's paycheck.
We have to go all the way back to the financial crisis to find a period it was this bad.
Steel, aluminum, copper, and now lumber. 4 pillars of America's economy, now collapsing under Trump's tariff storm. He promised protection. Instead, nearly 1 million workers are out of jobs this year. And by New Year's, America could face its worst collapse since the pandemic. First blow, steel and aluminum tariffs doubled to 50%. Auto parts, canned foods and appliances costs up 15%. Then copper, the backbone of tech, EVs, wiring. Trump slapped a 50% tariff on semi-finished copper goods. And now lumber and timber. On August 1st, Trump hit softwood with 10%, cabinets up to 25%. Now what about the workers in these all sectors? They collapsed.
Mining and logging lost 6,000 jobs in August alone, 7,000 lost in construction. Manufacturing and wholesale trade losing 12,000 jobs in 1 month.
Thousands of steel workers, factory hands, and electricians are now unemployed. But how did this collapse really unfold? It started with a single policy, tariffs, that turned every raw material into a burden. When raw materials cost more than the products themselves, something has to left off. And that something was labor's. Workers sent home with temporary layoff slips that never expired. Lumber tariffs have pushed average new home prices up by nearly $9,000. Fewer home projects mean fewer jobs, not just for carpenters, but also truck drivers, painters, laborers, and countless others who depend on a thriving construction industry. This isn't trade war, it's economic warfare against American workers.
Well, it's been on everybody's mind here, and we're very, very concerned about the tariffs. This just makes it impossible for us to plan our business.
With a future full of uncertainty.
Small businesses once made up 98% of U.S. retailers. Today, tariffs are wiping them out. Average tariffs now sit at the highest in a century. Family-owned shops are cutting workers. Apparel stores in Nevada slash staff in half. Unlike corporate giants, small shops can't survive sudden cost shocks. They don't have global suppliers. They don't have cash reserves. Construction employment is tumbling as projects halt due to soaring material costs. It's déjà vu of 2018 crisis. Trump's first trade war with China led to a 40% collapse in U.S. pork exports when Mexico hit back with tariffs. Farmers lost billions. Entire farms went bankrupt. By 2019, manufacturing activity in America hit its lowest point in a decade, and even the Federal Reserve admitted tariffs were fueling a serious slowdown. But instead of learning from history, we doubled down. And now 2025 is a harsher repeat on a much larger scale. Every tariff set off a chain reaction. Steel up 50%, construction slows, suppliers cut contracts, truckers lose routes, cafes near the mills shut down. That's not economics, it's an ecosystem collapsing from the inside. And here's where it hits you hardest. Groceries. Fruits, veggies, avocados, coffee, all spiking 15%. Housing. Home prices plus $30,000 more because of tariffs. Everyday essentials. Another $2,300 per household in 2025. Cheaper food. Teachers juggling 2 jobs. Seniors deciding which pills to buy. These aren't numbers. This is survival. How does a factory worker in Ohio survive when his mill shuts down? How does a young family in Texas buy their first home when all these tariffs add $30,000 more to its price? How does a retired household survive when groceries spike 15%? The fallout is clear and brutal. Manufacturers are losing contracts overnight because clients refuse to pay jacked up prices. Small business owners are getting crushed from both sides. Suppliers demand more, customers spend less, and inflation eats away every last margin. Retail stores, shelves stacked, products unsold. Consumers are pulling back, skipping non-essentials, delaying holiday shopping, even cutting groceries to the bone. The final nail in the coffin, banks are tightening credit. For a small business, 2 or 3 months of weak cash flow can mean foreclosure or shutting the doors for good. And for every business shuttered, the pain ripples outward. Employees lose jobs, communities lose services, and town centers turn dark. And while America bleeds, the world adapts. Canada is investing billions in timber, energy, and green tech, filling gaps America left behind. BRICS nations are deepening trade ties. China is quietly taking over U.S. export markets in Latin America and Africa. The future? If tariffs climb to 50% in 2026 as announced, a housing bubble bursting under extreme costs, a manufacturing recession deepening into full-blown contraction, a 2026 election defined not by jobs gained, but by jobs lost. So this the future a leader offers him voters? Tariffs, which were meant to restore American greatness. Instead, they are tearing apart its economic fabric. Economists warn tariffs could shave $125 billion off GDP every year. So I'll ask again, who's winning this war? Because it's not you. You've seen the pain. Shuttered factories, empty dinner tables, a shrinking dream. Now the question is, what future do you want? We pay billions in tariffs every year while our economy shrinks, our jobs disappear, and competitors like China and Canada strengthen their positions on the world stage. America's workers need a voice, and that voice can start right here. Drop a comment below. How have tariffs hit your life? Share this video because the more people see the truth, the harder it is for Washington to hide it. Hit that subscribe button right now. Together, we build a community, demands change, demands better. We can turn frustration into awareness and awareness into change. And demand of this video is a future where American workers thrive again.